It is the best time of year, especially for self-care. There's a reason why they call fall cozy season. It's all about slowing down, a warm drink, and for me, it means indulging in some of my favorite beauty products. I want to share with you all some products that Ulta Beauty has right now that I am loving for this season. Now, I really enjoy a great deep conditioning hair mask, and the Briogeo Vegan Honey Bear hair mask is great for damaged hair, and it even comes with a cute little honey bear shaped bottle that is sure to spark joy in your shower. Now, as temperatures drop, it's really important to keep your hair hydrated, so this is a great product to add into your routine. Another thing you want to add into your skincare routine this fall is vitamin C. It's really great when your skin can become dull to incorporate some vitamin C, and I love the Drunk Elephant C Firma Fresh Day Serum. And finally, the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream has been one of my favorite moisturizers for years. I think it is a fall must-have. Check out all of these amazing products and so much more at Ulta Beauty online and in-store. Ulta Beauty, the possibilities are beautiful.
Hey everybody, it's Jen. I'm sure you've heard me talk about how hard it is, at least for me, to make connections, like real connections with people as an adult. And if you're single and looking to be in a relationship, even harder. When I was doing the dating apps a few years ago, it was so frustrating. But eHarmony is nothing like that, and we're so excited to have them as a sponsor. eHarmony begins with the ultimate Fat Mascara approved vetting tool, a quiz. You know we love a quiz. This lets you show up as your full self and get a better sense of people's personalities when you match on eHarmony. I actually used to think this app was for like a certain age group or people that had to take a ton of questions before they could even sign up, but it's not like that at all. eHarmony's quiz is easy. They give you situations and puzzles to learn who you really are as a person. And that way, when you match with someone, they really get you and it's easier to connect. Dating then comes naturally, which is such a relief. Plus, studies show that eHarmony helps users find the happiest relationships. How's that for some science? You know I love a study. You definitely can't say that for some of the other dating apps out there. eHarmony gets to know you better so you can match better. Get started and find someone who compliments you. Start free today and get a conversation going with someone that could turn into something real. Download the eHarmony app now. Search for it in all the app stores or go to eHarmony.com. eHarmony, get someone who gets you.
Hey everyone, it's Fat Mascara. I'm Jess.
Hi, Jess. Hi, everyone. I'm Jen. Jennifer Sullivan, co-host of Fat Mascara. How you doing, Jess? Libra. Dog mom.
Wine connoisseur.
Beauty expert. Oh, wait, I have a new job, actually. I'm sitting here making fun of the whole thing.
Tell us about your new job.
I can't believe that. This was not planned, everybody, by the way. But as I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I actually do have a new identifier. I'm a new columnist at The Cut. I have a beauty column over there that just started.
Okay, tell us more. Tell us more.
So exciting. I've been working on it for a while. It's the very originally named Ask a Beauty Editor. It's a Q&A. It's an advice column, which is what I've always wanted. Like all my friends know.
Okay, so where can we read this? When can we read it? Hit us up.
You might have heard the magazine called New York Magazine. Their style vertical is The Cut, if you haven't heard of it. So yeah, it dropped last Wednesday, I think was the first one. So it's a weekly column. There's a little email address on there. Go to The Cut.
This is major.
Ask a Beauty Editor. Yeah, and so send me your questions via that email address. So hopefully I can answer them for you. The whole vibe is that it's going to be very well researched, zero judgment, and practical. You know, like you. Me, that stuff.
I love this. Congratulations, Jen. I am so happy for you. This is so well deserved. Will you still be answering questions for our listeners?
Of course, they go hand in hand. I mean, guys, I think it's because of you that I got this column, to be perfectly honest. Like, the Fat Mascara fam and this podcast, has been a stepping stone to even greater things for me in the beauty world, which is so cool. Wait, on that note.
Oh, okay.
Can I ask for something in return from the people?
So we have a small request. So here's the thing with podcasts. If obviously you listen to podcasts, don't you love when you find a new podcast and you like lock in? You're like, oh my God, how did I not know this podcast existed? Okay. We want to help other people like yourself find Fat Mascara, other beauty loving, smart, cool people find Fat Mascara. So here's how we could do it without hiring like a tremendous PR agency. Okay.
And paying for a bunch of Google ads.
Yes. Okay. We need you to be our street team, guys. Okay. You're going to be our street team. Get out your glue and your brushes. We're going to put some posters in. No. This is all we ask. Okay. Literally 1 minute of your time. Can you go on to wherever you listen to podcasts, where it's Spotify or iTunes, whatever it is, and leave a review? In the podcast world, that is how people find podcasts. You know how Instagram or TikTok, they have their algorithm. Podcasts have their own weird algorithm, and that is fueled by reviews. So, leave a review, tell us what's working for you, and leave some stars, whatever you got to do. And that will really help other people find Fat Mascara. And over the coming weeks, we're going to be reading your reviews.
Oh, I will read them for you. This is great because unlike Raise a Wand, you don't have to leave us your own voice. You could just write the review and I can read it for you. Because I've gotten a lot of emails in the past week of people being like, now I know why they don't leave audio messages for me.
Oh, because they don't want
a couple people.
They don't feel comfortable with their voice.
They have trouble making the voice memo.
Oh, see, this is just right.
Actually, today's Raise a Wand. Yeah, today's Raise a Wand. She was like, this took me so many tries. Now I understand why people are nervous to leave the voice memos and everything. And I was like, it doesn't have to be perfect. So with the review, at least, you do not have to leave your voice. You just write us a little ditty.
Yeah, just write us a ditty. It's super helpful. It really will help Fat Mascara thrive. We love doing the show, and we obviously want it to grow. Okay, so that's that.
Yes. You know what else we should talk about today? Beauty news, which I have for you. This Raise a Wand, really good one from our listener, by the way, who took multiple tries to get us a nice recording. So I appreciate you very much. Then we'll raise our wands. That's it, right? I got it all.
I'm just thinking about
doing,
like
right?
the voice, like vocal pressure. Like, remember leaving a voicemail on somebody's thing and being like cringing and dying after?
If I get someone's voicemail, I had to call my dermatologist's office. It's for like a prescription thing. It was like I was leaving like a soliloquy. Like I was like, what is the pertinent information? How do I get it out quickly and concisely? Like I was like, girl, you have a podcast. You do this for a living. Why are you having so much trouble like leaving a voice message? Wait, what were they called back in the day? Recording machines? No, that's
an answering machine.
What were they called?
It's just an answering machine.
Answering machines.
But I mean,
please, when's the last time you've seen an answering machine?
I actually have seen it in somebody's home. I have seen it in somebody's home.
Okay.
Yeah, like there's an older couple. I mean, I loved my answering machine. I'm just thinking about, this is like an amazing scene. One of my favorite movie scenes ever is in Swingers, when Jon Favreau leaves like 20 consecutive messages on the girl's answering machine. If you know, you know. If you don't know, go watch Swingers. It's just worth it for that scene.
Long time.
But it's about like that vocal, like that answering machine, like anxiety, like,
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we get the pressure, guys. We understand. I do appreciate the Raise a Wands. Listen, writing a review is way easier than that. You're not going to be Jon Favreau in Swingers. It's just going to be way smoother experience for you. Okay. You ready to do this podcast?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we didn't talk to you guys last week, but the week before that, you'll remember I told you about that big NIH study and the link between uterine cancer and hair relaxers. Well, no surprise, very soon after that study information came out, the lawsuits started coming. And this one's actually really sad. So it's L'Oreal. They do make hair relaxers, as do many other companies. But a 32-year-old Missouri resident, Jenny Mitchell, is suing L'Oreal, claiming that her uterine cancer was, quote, directly and proximately caused by her regular and prolonged exposure to phthalates and other endocrine disrupting chemicals found in L'Oreal hair care products. It's interesting that her lawyers are picking out the ingredients, whereas the study itself did not pick out the specific ingredients in the hair relaxers and just, alluded to which ones they might be. But Mitchell said, quote, as most young African-American girls, chemical relaxers, chemical straighteners were introduced to us at a very young age. Society has made it a norm to look a certain way and in order to feel a certain way. And I am the first of many voices to come that will stand up to these companies and say no more. And end quote, and I do not doubt that she is correct, that L'Oreal will not be the only company facing these kinds of lawsuits. In fact, it reminds me of Johnson & Johnson facing lawsuits over their own problems with baby powder being linked to illness. So we'll probably be seeing more of this. I will be reporting on it because that study was a big deal. Sorry to start on such a bummer note, but Jenny Mitchell, our thoughts go out to you, and let's see what happens with that lawsuit. Okay, moving on to a slightly lighter note. 29 Palms. Have you tried that yet? I know I reported on it, but then we didn't.
I haven't, but like people are talking about it. A lot of the people in my beauty orbit are talking about it. Everyone's
Do
curious.
they like the look? They're just curious, right?
I think they're curious because it's Jared Leto and it's, he's cool and, what's he doing in the beauty space? It's like, they're not right. Here's the thing. Here's the verdict on the street. I think people are raising a brow, but like they're not rolling their eyes totally. Because
whereas some other brands would get an eye roll.
Yeah, because he does have like some kind of cool credibility in like the style world,
Well, agree. So I didn't want to report on the thing and be like, oh, another celebrity without trying it. So I've now tried some of the products. Honestly, I'm swayed by the hippie cool of it all. I'm not going to lie.
That's the thing. People are.
Yeah, I'm such a sucker for it's like dark lavender glass bottles, like this cool Joshua Tree print by this like famous artist that is in the packaging. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
But what surprised me was I knew there'd be ingredients from the deserts, right? And there are mesquite and scents inspired by the desert. But get this, 2 of the products I could not try because they had a hyaluronic acid. Now you might be saying, well, that makes sense to me, gorgeous natural ingredients and then a high-tech skincare ingredient, right?
Mm-hmm.
But hyaluronic acid has been in the news this week, in fact. Refinery 29 just did a big story. Hyaluronic acid is falling out of favor. Here's why. I wouldn't say it's falling out of favor, but I'm not sure if I've talked about this on the podcast. Just correct me if I have or have not. The fact that I don't like that ingredient, don't use it myself. Have I ever talked about that on the show?
I think you did.
I must have,
doesn't
right?
It doesn't personally work for you.
It does not personally work for me. And the reason being, I have found it, I have rosacea. I swear it has an inflammatory effect in that even when I don't know a product has it and I'm trying a new product, this thing happens to my skin where it gets drier and redder 2 weeks afterwards. And I'm like, what the heck? I turn over the ingredient list and without fail, it's like, oops, there was HA in there and I didn't realize. So,
but how have you isolated it to hyaluronic acid?
Well, not just that, but from science too, just from talking to all the different derms about my skin and hyaluronic acid. There's a bunch of studies that low molecular weight hyaluronic acid, and you have no way of knowing what's in a product. They just say, sodium hyaluronate. They don't tell you what type of hyaluronic acid it is. The low molecular weight hyaluronic acids have been linked to a pro-inflammatory effect. In fact, in your skin, that's actually what HA does. The naturally occurring HA, it's for wound healing. It gets triggered when there is an inflammatory effect to help with wound healing, and it's very complicated, but our skin doesn't make low molecular weight HA the way that it gets chopped up and put into skincare products. So it might not be naturally, compatible with some people's skin. And I'm going to raise my hand and say that's me. You guys have no idea that I would say 90% of the skincare products I want to try in order to report on for the show, I turn them over and look. And sure enough, there's a form of HA in the product. So I have learned over the years, maybe this isn't the best for me. I was just surprised to see it in 29 Palms. I don't know. It's definitely not what you would consider
why were you
non-clean ingredient?
Yeah, but why were you surprised for 29 Palms? What about that
I think I thought it would just be I don't know, you're right, because it's not on no-no lists. HA will not be on a Credo Beauty no-no list. There's no reason for it to be. It's not linked to anything disease-wise. It just, I think it's because
deal with it just fine. It's not.
Yeah, I think it's my prejudice that I think of it as problem ingredient. I don't know why, because for my skin, it's a problem ingredient. The same way some people might think fragrance, and for me, fragrance has never been an issue.
Yeah.
But so anyway, it's in 2 of the serums. So they're these gorgeous hippy dippy. And I was like, HA, I can't. But the rose clay mask didn't have it. So I tried that.
I'm curious to see how his line works out. And do you know where it's sold?
Dover Street Market for sure.
Okay.
Which is that super chic, fashion-y retailer, e-retailer in New York. Are they based in New York City? I'm not sure.
The first one's in London, and they have one in New York.
Yeah, Dover Street, right? Isn't that in London?
Yeah.
Good one, Jen. Smart. Way to do your reporting, Jen. Anyway, this wasn't just to be about that. It was also just to be about like, I'm so intrigued that so many skincare products have HA. And so Dr. Idris was in that Refinery 29 thing, and she was talking about it's probably because of SEO. Like, people search for it. So they put it in skincare, and then you can find skincare with it.
Yeah, it's been a hot topic, and we've definitely, heard some rumblings about that, and some skincare experts have definitely been shouting about that for some time. So
yes.
that's a developing story. Watch this space.
It is. I'm going to be more like a glycerin moisturizer myself. Okay, if you're sick of celebrity beauty brands, I have good news for you. Or scary news? I'm not sure. Virtual influencers may replace celebrity influencers perhaps by 2027, according to a trend forecasting webinar put on by the online publication Cosmetics.
Oh my
Design.
God, Jen, tell me more. Keep going.
I love that it was a good headline because I was like, by 2027, very specific, like in 4 years from now, Well, the presenters were actually citing examples like Shiseido. That was actually the only one I could find so far that they created a virtual like model type person to make a video to use how to use their skincare products, like for education and stuff. It's kind of a genius move on the part of the beauty brands because you don't have to worry about the celebrity doing something wrong or the influencer getting in trouble and then your name being associated with them. Or maybe they forgot the talking points and they make their viral video and they're like, they forgot to talk about the, I don't know, tea tree acid or something. So just make a robot person to do it, right?
But this sounds so inhuman. I don't know. I just don't love this direction we're going. Keep going.
No, I don't want to keep going because what about the personality? Can you picture if like a brand, like a bunch of marketing executives sitting around in a room, I've got it, we'll create, the Jessica bot. Her name will be Jessica Bot and she'll like use the products and everybody's going to love that just as much as watching
Great, I can have
Jessica
a day
Matlin.
off. I like this. I'll get a builder. I'll help.
This is what I'm about to say it. And then like in 5 years, I'm going to go back to this podcast and I can't believe it. But there's no way they're going to be as entertaining as humans. Humans are quirky and fallible and wonderful and stupid. And that's why we watch them on TikTok and YouTube and listen to them on podcasts.
Yeah, I need to see. I mean, I've seen some of the virtual like fashion influencers. Maybe I'm missing something, but it doesn't do it for me. Doesn't do it for me.
It actually feels like it's going back in time to that era of like the 1950s when it was like the perfected white lady housewife was selling everything on TV with like a very marketing speak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
with the vacuum,
clearly the marketing,
dishwasher. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like that's once you put brand people in charge of the way people look and speak, I get nervous. Like it's going to get
It's like,
not
I thought we
fun.
were having the conversation of like authenticity. And now it's like, no, scrap that. We don't like that. Okay, we're going to, build our own bot.
Well, tech is hot. Tech is hot and authentic. How about we make an authentic tech influence? The whole thing is creepy to me, but I'll link to the stories. You can see some of these other trends that these trend analytics people are suggesting might come true by 2027 in the beauty industry. Oh, I'm getting the iRobot Will Smith heebie-jeebies just thinking about it.
I haven't seen that movie. I have to catch up on my Will Smith canon, but I'll put it on my list for the holiday season.
I don't know. It stays with me. You know those movie scenes that just like creep you out and stay with you? So.
Okay.
Let's go somewhere safer, shall we?
Okay.
The science corner. It's nice and safe over there. Let's go.
Is it? Because I feel like you've had some doozies over the past year.
Doesn't matter. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, here we are in the science corner where everything's safe, and you set me up for failure, Matlin, because my headline is about climate change.
Oh my God. I thought that we were just going to talk about like lipstick and finding the right primer on this show. Just kidding.
No, we go deep on beauty culture.
Yeah, but sometimes, I don't know if lately I feel like it's getting a little dark. Keep going.
Okay, well, I'm not going to fix that for you. No, but I do think this is interesting. So I was reading a news story about climate change affecting the way our perfume smells. And we've talked about, and I've written about, how patchouli production, for one, is really tied to one particular island in Indonesia. What happens if they have, weather problems? Well, the new thing is this past summer, jasmine in Grasse, France, production is going to be totally screwed up because of a drought there. And as you know, the jasmine from that area is thought to be, by perfumers, the best smelling in the world.
Wait, so what does this mean?
How you feel
Wait,
about
I feel like
jasmine.
I'm jumping ahead.
Go ahead. It's fine.
Does this
It's
mean
fine.
that like the prices are going to change?
It's possible, but also brands like Chanel and Dior, for example, really use a lot of floral extracts from that area.
Yeah,
of
that's their hot
France.
spot.
Yeah. I mean, they have contingency plans for all of this, and that's how they deal with it. But going forward, as this is like a macro trend, this article was about what are we going to do? And the one that I thought was really interesting was they were talking about, actually two, bergamot in Italy. The scent of bergamot could be changing because of weather. So over 95% of production of bergamot is in Calabria, in southern Italy. And the climate there is hot and dry and getting hotter and drier.
Now, Jen, you know quite a bit about wine, or at least more than the average bear. Is this like, you know, when you've done like I've done like, you know, a tasting here or there, like on vacation or like at a beauty event. That sounds so weird, at a beauty event, a wine tasting, but like sometimes they've done at beauty events like, oh, we're going to have like 15 minutes of a wine tasting. Very strange thing, but it was nice.
Our job is so weird.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was, I mean, honestly, it used to be a little bit
Our
more.
old jobs. Yes.
Our old jobs used to have some really splashy, cool things attached to them. I think they've winded a lot of that down. But anyway, so the sommelier would say like, you know, oh, it was a blah, blah year. So this tastes like metallic now, or this tastes more,
Oh, yeah.
you know, the sediment was, the terroir was blah, blah. Is this like, that's exactly
it's usually
what he
actually
said, by
with,
the way.
with the amount of rain and the cold, like the more cold, the sugars get condensed
Yeah, I
more.
always thought that was really interesting.
Depending on harvest. Yeah. It's not like the terroir changing, but yeah. So it is sort of, in fact, one of the studies that was cited was based on research by this researcher from the University of Copenhagen, Alan Kanani. Sorry, Alan, if I mispronounced your last name, but there was a paper published that talked about strong evidence to suggest that changing climate, specifically rising temperature, affects the aromatics of plants. For example, flowers lose some of their floral smell. The machinery within the plant that produces the aromatic compounds, that are thought of as fruity or floral in plants, like all those things that end with like ENE that I can't even begin to pronounce.
Yeah.
They decrease the higher the temperature is for the plant.
Oh, wow.
So as the climate gets warmer, maybe you pick a rose and it just doesn't smell as rosy.
I believe
perfumers
that.
already say it's like a good year for the roses. Same with the wine, like you were saying, is a perfect analogy. Like it's a good year for the roses, a bad year for the roses.
Yeah, I would believe that.
So the answer, I don't know, but there's a lot of synthetic fragrance molecules that you can use to make fragrances. But some of the most famous fragrances, like Chanel No. 5, for example, uses jasmine from grass. So like, how are you going to continue to make it the same way it's smelled for years and years?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Is there
changes?
going to be like a vintage, like, oh, this is the Chanel No. 5, like 2023 edition, and you keep it sealed up, and this one was a super grassy year,
Maybe.
a grassy year in Grasse.
Oh
You know
my
what I'm
God.
saying?
Actually, that's a genius idea that if you start putting years on the dates for the fragrances that have natural compounds, like why? Because already perfume collectors will tell you, and I agree, older bottles of certain perfumes, you can totally tell a difference because they have to use different flowers.
Yeah.
Like Chanel No. 5 is the one people always go back to because it's been made for so many years and because it's so iconic, everybody knows the smell. And people that are real noses are like, it doesn't smell like the 60s version,
But yeah, I would love to. Okay, but imagine this, like Acqua di Parma, like, beautiful Italian brand. Wouldn't you, if you're a super perfume collector, you want to buy you're going to buy a special gift for someone, splash out on some kind of beautiful, like vintage bergamot or like lemon something, and a special like crystal flacon. I don't know if I said that right.
I feel like every time you say a French word, it just gets angry.
I sound like one of the silverware in Beauty and the Beast or something, the candlestick. I'm sorry.
Do terroir again.
No, I'm not actually.
Okay, so the flacon from, yes, okay, let's picture it. So Acqua di Parma's 2021 vintage was like a very cool year for maybe. So the bergamot was booming.
Yeah.
It was the best bergamot of the decade. So if you got the 2021 vintage of the Acqua di Parma,
And then you
you're
have to
like,
picture the whole year, like let's make it before 2020 before things went bad. Okay.
let's just add this this to the list of ideas that we just throw out into the ether. And all you out there, if you're in the business and listening, you're welcome. Here's another winner
ADP,
for you.
call me, okay? So listen, it's really like, I love this whole, like, I don't know, maybe brands are already doing this, but I love the idea. It's juicy and it's fabulous and it makes me want to travel, makes me want to go handpick the things myself. I don't know. I love it.
Yeah, and it's already a collector item perfume. It makes it even more of a collector item, right?
Yeah, but the root of what you're saying, just to bring it back down to a sad space, is that the world is changing and that we are not like guaranteed the same thing every single year. We are not it is not like we're not entitled to jasmine every year. We're not entitled to beautiful natural scents every year. The world is changing. And I think that's what makes all these beautiful ingredients and the beautiful process of perfumery so special and sacred. So,
oh yeah.
It's like fragrance is a commodity, but it's not, like these are natural.
It's not like skincare or your favorite shampoo or whatever. No, it's like wine.
Yeah. It's not a commodity. It's a beautiful, natural, gift. So,
except for the brand commodity, which is actually really good. Sorry, but it is, and I like their fragrances.
Very cool.
But I agree with you wholeheartedly, and it's true. And it's one of the reasons I love fragrance, because it's art, not just a science. Yeah. And we'll end Science Corner on that up artistic note to take it back from the sad place you just brought it to. How's that?
You told us about it. You told us fragrance was changing. You told us.
I did. Let's go raise some wands. I am all about easy. Jess, aren't you all about easy these days?
Easy. Make it simple.
Want to make your life easier? I will. Clinique's first foundation is skincare also. Meet Clinique's first foundation, designed to be the last step in your skincare routine. Even better, Clinical Serum Foundation is formulated with 3 serum technologies that visibly reduce dark spots, brighten, and hydrate.
Jen, I'm so crazy about this foundation. When I put this on, I actually think I said wow by myself in the bathroom. It makes my skin look like skin, but I still get coverage, but it doesn't look like I'm wearing makeup. Please just go try this for yourself, okay? Because you put this on and it just looks like you have like you're glowing, okay?
Like baby skin.
Baby skin, and it's super sheer, but it's not like nothing happened. There are a lot of those going on out there, okay? You listen to the show, okay? It has 3 serum technologies. It has dark spot and even skin tone technology. It has hydration and moisture barrier support technology. It has, this is my favorite, smoothing and radiance technology. You're going to see that one right away. And Jen, what else does it have?
Oh my God, sunscreen. If you think about it, Jess, this is 3 serums, a sunscreen, and a foundation in one bottle. So you're basically getting 5 products, which is a steal. You cannot call this makeup. You cannot call this makeup. This is skincare in just your shade. So find your shade, and there are many of them, and they match perfectly. Find your shade this holiday season at Clinique.com.
Hey everyone, hair loss has been in the news lately a lot. I don't need to tell you, but at Fat Mascara, we're talking about it all the time. We've got derms talking about it. We've got listeners writing in. But what if I told you that there was a solution that helps 86% of women with hair loss? Nutrafol.
That's right. In a clinical study, 86% of women reported improved hair growth after 6 months of using Nutrafol. This is something thousands of women have used to take back control of their hair. There are 2 targeted formulas of Nutrafol, and they are clinically shown. Let's just pause and talk about clinically shown. That means there is science behind them. They are clinically shown to improve hair growth and thickness with less shedding through all stages of life. So hair growth takes time, as you know, that's right, but you will see in 3 to 6 months, thicker, stronger, faster growing hair if you use Nutrafol supplements.
Visit Nutrafol.com and take their hair wellness quiz for personalized product recommendations that are unique to your hair's needs. You can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com and entering the promo code FATMASCARA to save $15 off your first month subscription. And this is their best offer anywhere. It's only available to U.S. customers for a limited time. Plus, get free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, using the promo code FATMASCARA.
Okay. It's time to raise a wand. I am so excited to introduce this one from our listener, Kenna.
Hi, Jen and Jess. First of all, thank you so much for making the podcast. It is lovely. Second, I'm super excited to raise a wand to Salt New York. It is a vegan, zero-waste makeup company based in New York, obviously. And they sell magnetic palettes that you can use for whatever magnetic, eyeshadows or whatever. But they sell their makeup in tins that go in the palettes, and they have cheek and lip stuff. They have bronzers, highlights, but they have a foundation product called Sneaky Balm. And it is so gorgeous. I mean, all of it is gorgeous. And it's so like cosmetically elegant, and it's just beautiful. And it's so fun to carry around in like a cute little palette. And it is really satisfying for Virgos, I think, or it is for me. So yeah, check it out. Thank you again.
Kenna, you sounded amazing. Your voice is like bells in my ear. You brought me a new cool brand that I hadn't seen before. Thank you for that. Everybody else, we're still looking for like local, female-founded, farm to table, farm to vanity kind of brand. It doesn't have to be a farm. Screw the farm. Whatever it is. I like a small business right now. I want to hear about your favorite small businesses that you want to support. Email us at info@fatmascara.com. Send us a little voice memo just like Kenna did, or call us. I will not pick up the phone. I did not trick that other listener and secretly pick up the phone. I will not do that. I do not have an answering machine. Thank you for reminding me what those are called, Jessica. Just call 646-481-8182. It's also in the show notes. So you could just tap the little thing in the show notes and call us after you stop listening to the podcast and tell us what product you love, or person, or thing, or book, or movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or mantra, or...
Mantra. You have a mantra this week?
No, not really. No.
What do you got? Tell us about your razor wand.
I do have somebody who makes me laugh and inspires me beauty-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Sonia Valencia. If you want to follow a great, I didn't want to call her an influencer because she is an influencer because she influences people. Yeah, she's an
creator.
She's a digital creator. She is an influencer. She influences.
She's a storyteller. She is, though.
She's all of those things. Hey, she is somebody they cannot replace with a freaking bot, like techno.
Exactly. You're never going to get
algorithm.
a Sonia. Yes.
Yeah. She is true herself, and she is one of a kind, and I love her. So she is a digital creator. Oh, I just went on her thing by accident. You heard the sound. Sorry. Okay. Sonia Valencia, her little like mini bio is, it's a digital creator in her Instagram thing.
There you go.
Over 40 beauty. She's part of the #Sephora squad. So good for you. But she is a success all on her own because she cracks me up with her little tutorials. I'm just going to tell you, she does use some profanity in her stuff, but that's like just a side
trigger
note.
warning. Thank you.
TW, she does use some profanity, but it only makes me like crack up more. She is just like, ladies, if you, need to like pop that brow or like pop that lid or whatever, if you look tired, if you looking old, and then I don't even need to follow what she's doing. I'm just there for the laughs because she has me cracking up. And then I usually get like a good idea or like something, like some food for thought in there. So she just makes me smile. So I learn and I smile and I feel good. Like, thank you, Sonia.
She's edutainment.
She is edutainment. And she keeps it real.
That's a good one.
I freaking love you. Freaking love you, Sonia.
She would use the full F word.
I started
don't
to.
worry. We're not going to get we're not going to get the explicit warning on Apple for that because you didn't really say it. So we're safe. Don't worry. That's a great one. Thanks for sharing. Shall I raise my wand?
Hit it.
You're not going to believe. I'm about to raise a wand to a deodorant. First of all,
I thought it was going to be like a fruit or
hey,
I don't know.
I've raised a wand to a couple fruits in my time here on Fat Mascara and some carbonated waters. Also, what's with Liquid Death? Speaking of carbonated water, have you seen Liquid Death?
So I saw it in the supermarket or someplace the other day. And I said to Jeff, I said, who would
It looks like
ever buy
Michelob, first of
something
all.
like this? And then I thought I was the first person to ever see it. And then
No,
I
it's huge.
what is
I
it?
want to lower my wand to liquid. Well, first of all, I like the
Yeah,
idea
but
of
what
water
is
in a
it?
can instead of it's water. It's water, Jessica. It is it's spring water from the mountains that will murder your thirst because it's all marketing, as we know with all beverages. But
But
you know,
there's
I think
nothing
the premise
in it to make it
Nope.
jazzy.
Nope. It's water. But it's in a can instead of, remember, water in a box. Water in plastic bottle is bad. Nobody wants more plastics. It's water in a endlessly recyclable
I like
aluminum
box
can.
water, but box water is
Right,
better.
but it's even better because aluminum is like so easy to recycle, right? I guess that's, if you want a premise for it or a reason for its being, it's that. But in truth, it's just marketing. It's like the young people want to murder their thirst, right?
Is
and look
that
cool
the
doing
point
it.
of it? Murder your thirst?
Well, I think that's like, I forget what the tagline is. Oh my God, their TikToks are hilarious though.
Okay.
Like
I'll
I
take
am
a
not
peek.
immune to like the fact that they're amusing with their marketing, but I also am like, y'all stupid buying $14 cases of water. It's you're spending $12 on 12 cans of water. I will give you a 12-cent glass and you can go over the faucet and fill it up. I should say not everybody has as great water as we do here in New York City. And I understand that in some localities, your water might not taste good.
but
So you
then
want mountain
that's
spring
not the
water.
but that's not the market for Liquid Death.
Exactly. If that's your problem, you don't need Liquid Death. Should I just give up on my razor wand and just continue lowering a wand to Liquid Death? It is funny though. Martha Stewart, did you say? Okay, so Martha Stewart is doing freaking campaigns for them now.
She keeps
knows
working.
she knows a good thing. She does.
She doesn't stop.
Anyway, yeah, it's just water in a can with like a skull on it and some like cool, funny marketing on TikTok. Well,
I don't
enjoy
love
it,
the
people.
name. I don't love the name. I don't know. It's not.
But
for
look, it
me.
made you intrigued because you were like, what's in there? Like, is there some secret ingredient that I don't know about? Like whatever's in Red Bull that's supposed to give you wings, but really just smells like a bad club outing at 2 a.m. when you just want to go home.
Yeah, listen, I'm not the target. That's all right.
It's all right. I don't even remember what I was going to raise a wand to.
Raise a wand.
Deodorant.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so remember we were talking about Allison Statter, who's been on the show.
Yeah.
She has a new brand called Nez. And I was like, it's a deodorant brand. And they're these little minis like this. And I was like, who needs these little mini deodorants? First of all, I stopped wearing deodorant during the pandemic. I don't know if I told you that.
You
Like,
did. And I was like shocked.
Yeah, I'll
Shocked
tell
and
you
rocked.
people, what all those weird, like, it's true. You don't smell as much when you don't wear deodorant after a while. Like, it takes a good 2 months, but then your pits just sort of start to regulate themselves. I'm not going to say you won't sweat as much. You will sweat. It just might not be as pungent. And that is 100% God's honest truth for me. Like, my sweat doesn't really smell anymore, but I don't always want to be moist in my pits.
I
you know?
do not
So-
like the feeling of my pits touching each other. And I don't want that feeling.
Right. I get
Yeah.
that. And I think now that I'm like out and about in the world again, I'm like, oh yeah, some days I might want deodorant. I have no problem with aluminum and aluminum salts, aluminum chloride in my deodorant. I have not seen good research that I should be worried about them, so I'm not. However, this is an aluminum-free deodorant. The reason I tried it is it smells so damn good. There's like 6 scents. This one, I don't know about the name. Date Ready Smoky Blend. Allison, you don't have to be going on a date to wear this. Like, you know, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous smell. Get this, Jess. Spiced bergamot, black peppercorn, fig, and tobacco. And it was the fig that had me. When's the last time you had a good fig perfume?
It's been a while. It's been a minute.
Right? Remember, it was
Fig
a
is due
hot
for-
thing.
Fig is due for
I'm
a
sniffing it right now.
resurgence.
Look at me. It's huffing this little glue stick looking thing. It's a tiny deodorant. It smells
very cute.
so good. As my best friend from Philadelphia, Jess Lipson, would say, I was sniffing my pits all day. Because anytime she puts on a new deodorant, she just like sniffs herself. Anyway, well done, Nez founders. Allison is the co-founder. I cannot remember the other woman's name, and I'm so sorry. But Nez Date Ready Smoky Blend deodorant.
I like it.
Smells.
Smoky pits. I mean, I wouldn't say smoky, but it's definitely like a sexy. It's a sexy, like,
that's what she said, date
peppercorn
night.
and fig and bergamot.
Yeah.
It's delicious. It's juicy, but darker and it's just so good. I want to wear it on my neck. Can I put it on my neck? Is that weird?
You know what? As long as Eric doesn't kiss you on your neck, I think he'll be okay because he probably doesn't want
I'm
to throw
putting it
on
on my
his
neck
tongue
right now. I'm gonna wear it like perfume. Oh my God, poor Allison's gonna like call me and be like, honey, please don't talk about my brand and put my deodorant on your neck. It smells so good, Allison. Okay, I'm done.
Okay,
Raised a
Nez
wand.
it is.
All
All
right.
right.
is better than liquid death.
I still haven't tried it, but I don't know. Maybe I'm missing out.
Can someone send us some free? Because I don't want to spend $12 on water. Sorry. Can someone send us some free liquid death water, please?
I'm going to come back
Next week, you're going to tune in. It's going to be Fat Mascara brought to you by Liquids.
I'm not too proud. Okay. Listen, we'll see you on Friday. Big interview. Get your beauty sleep. See you then.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
It's your reviews and feedback that help us make the podcast even better. Head over to iTunes to rate and review us, or email your thoughts to info@fatmascara.com.
We also want to answer your beauty questions and hear what products you love. To share a Raise the Wand product review or to ask a beauty question, email us at info@fatmascara.
If you send it as a voice memo file, we can even share your voice on the podcast. You can also do that by leaving us a voice message. Our phone number in the United States is 646-481-8182.
Thanks so much for listening.
Hey everybody, it's Jen. I'm sure you've heard me talk about how hard it is, at least for me, to make connections, like real connections with people as an adult. And if you're single and looking to be in a relationship, even harder. When I was doing the dating apps a few years ago, it was so frustrating. But eHarmony is nothing like that, and we're so excited to have them as a sponsor. eHarmony begins with the ultimate Fat Mascara approved vetting tool, a quiz. You know we love a quiz. This lets you show up as your full self and get a better sense of people's personalities when you match on eHarmony. I actually used to think this app was for like a certain age group or people that had to take a ton of questions before they could even sign up, but it's not like that at all. eHarmony's quiz is easy. They give you situations and puzzles to learn who you really are as a person. And that way, when you match with someone, they really get you and it's easier to connect. Dating then comes naturally, which is such a relief. Plus, studies show that eHarmony helps users find the happiest relationships. How's that for some science? You know I love a study. You definitely can't say that for some of the other dating apps out there. eHarmony gets to know you better so you can match better. Get started and find someone who compliments you. Start free today and get a conversation going with someone that could turn into something real. Download the eHarmony app now. Search for it in all the app stores or go to eHarmony.com. eHarmony, get someone who gets you.
Hey everyone, hair loss has been in the news lately a lot. I don't need to tell you, but at Fat Mascara, we're talking about it all the time. We've got derms talking about it. We've got listeners writing in. But what if I told you that there was a solution that helps 86% of women with hair loss? Nutrafol.
That's right. In a clinical study, 86% of women reported improved hair growth after 6 months of using Nutrafol. This is something thousands of women have used to take back control of their hair. There are 2 targeted formulas of Nutrafol, and they are clinically shown. Let's just pause and talk about clinically shown. That means there is science behind them. They are clinically shown to improve hair growth and thickness with less shedding through all stages of life. So hair growth takes time, as you know, that's right, but you will see in 3 to 6 months, thicker, stronger, faster growing hair if you use Nutrafol supplements.
Visit Nutrafol.com and take their hair wellness quiz for personalized product recommendations that are unique to your hair's needs. You can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com and entering the promo code FATMASCARA to save $15 off your first month subscription. And this is their best offer anywhere. It's only available to U.S. customers for a limited time. Plus, get free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, using the promo code FATMASCARA.
It is the best time of year, especially for self-care. There's a reason why they call fall cozy season. It's all about slowing down, a warm drink, and for me, it means indulging in some of my favorite beauty products. I want to share with you all some products that Ulta Beauty has right now that I am loving for this season. Now, I really enjoy a great deep conditioning hair mask, and the Briogeo Vegan Honey Bear hair mask is great for damaged hair, and it even comes with a cute little honey bear shaped bottle that is sure to spark joy in your shower. Now, as temperatures drop, it's really important to keep your hair hydrated, so this is a great product to add into your routine. Another thing you want to add into your skincare routine this fall is vitamin C. It's really great when your skin can become dull to incorporate some vitamin C, and I love the Drunk Elephant C Firma Fresh Day Serum. And finally, the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream has been one of my favorite moisturizers for years. I think it is a fall must-have. Check out all of these amazing products and so much more at Ulta Beauty online and in-store. Ulta Beauty, the possibilities are beautiful.